What up, you gorillas? It's time to go over how to do Mythic Crown. The order in which we're going to kill phase 1 is Viralis, Demiar, and then Morium. When you pull the boss, you don't want to use any of your cooldowns because 6 void droplets are going to spawn, 2 at each of the bosses. We need to get all 6 of these droplets to Viralis with DK grips or taunts. When these void droplets die, they explode and cause whoever they explode on to take more damage. That's why we want them to explode on Viralis, so that way he takes more damage and we can kill him faster. Once they all explode, we'll pop cooldowns and start pumping. While pumping, range want to stand on the outside of the platform to bait obelisks, and then when you want to aim these obelisks away from the melee are going to want to aim the obelisks away from the ranged. We're also going to be dropping those void spheres or whatever the fuck they're called on the outside of the map, so if you're in melee and you get targeted by one of these void spheres, you need to take it out. Throughout this entire phase, those void droplets are going to be spawning. It's important that we grip those in or we taunt them. And when I say taunt, I don't mean only the tank. I mean every single fucking person who has a taunt can taunt those void droplets to group them up on the ad. The last thing to this phase is the arrows, so you're going to have to use your eyeballs and look at the boss's HP. If the boss's HP is greater than 0, we do not arrow it. If it's at 0%, that's when we arrow it. The reason we don't arrow it when it's at higher than 0 HP is because if we arrow it, it removes all the damage amp and it can no longer receive damage amp. So get the void droplets onto the ads, aim the obelisks away from the team, get the void spheres out of the raid, and hit the arrows on the ads when they're at 0% HP. And then we'll do that for all 3 ads. Once the 3rd ad dies, we'll all group up and go into the intermission. The intermission is the same as Heroic, except it's both the first and second intermission combined into one. So just dodge the spheres, get hit by the arrows, every other arrow that is, so that way you don't get one shot, and we'll go into phase 2. On Mythic, Phase 2, the platform is split into 3 sections. This is what normally happens on Heroic in Phase 3. It happens on Phase 2 in Mythic. So, in order to cross over, we need gateways. As we begin Phase 2, there will be a Simulacrum spawn on a farther away platform. We'll have a hit squad go over there and take care of it. It's going to be a few ranged players. They're going to take the gateway, head over to that platform, kill the Simulacrum, and then come back. This phase is very similar to Heroic, where we'll stack up in the corner and drop the little pools over in the corner. The major difference in this phase between Mythic and Heroic is the Simulacrum. It is no longer something that you target and kill. Instead, the 2 of them spawn, one on the platform you're standing on and one on one of the other platforms. To kill these Simulacrums, you'll need to aim your obelisk at them. The obelisk is that little pool with 3 little lines coming out of it. The ranged player is going to target the Simulacrum that is on the same platform as us, and the melee player is going to target the far Simulacrum. The rest of this phase is pretty much the same as Heroics. There's little ads that you need to interrupt, hit them with the arrows, and then we'll pass over the gaps in the platforms with the gateways. So we'll keep doing that until the phase is over. The phase ends when Ilaria gets to full energy or until she gets to 40%. We can reduce her energy gain by also shooting her with the arrows that we're shooting the little ads with. Between phase 2 and 3, you have a super easy intermission where you just don't stand in the purple stuff, and then we go into phase 3.